Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a plant tour today. Number one, because I'm going to downsize my collection quite dramatically for certain reasons very soon within the next few months. And yeah, number two, just to share with you guys, I haven't done much tidying up. I'm not too much of an aesthetic person. You can see my fungus net traps all over. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep it real. This is how it is. Just a little bit of information. The plants that I keep indoors are usually plants that I want to keep an eye on a bit more, whereas the plants that I keep outdoors are kind of exposed a bit more to like the elements like rain and sun. And in Singapore, that can get pretty intense. So we'll get like maybe a week of intense sun and then a week of heavy rain. And sometimes, you know, the daily changes can be like really heavy rain in the day and then really intense sun maybe in the late afternoon. So it just swings too much. So some of my plants, like obviously the nicer aeroids like the warrock and the forgetii, where you only have a few leaves, I'm not gonna risk putting them outdoors, alright? So anyway, let's jump into it. Okay, let's start off with this super generous gift that I got. My friend made a top cutting of her precious white wizard for me, so I'm so thankful. This is the first leaf that came out. It actually grows really fast and this has pretty nice variegation, but as you can see, this recent leaf only has a bit. So I'm not super sure if this is because I only get morning sunlight here and in the afternoon it's like pretty much medium shade. And I don't know if the white wizard responds to light, like the variegation responds to light. So we'll have to see. I might move it to a brighter spot if I can, if I'm not getting rid of it. I got a small Caladium or Cranberry style Caladium here. There are actually 2 or 3 babies that came out. I love this plant, and the leaves can get actually pretty big. So yeah, if you like pink, white, this is a nice one. I would say they like bright shade and sufficient water. As you can see, when I got it, there's a photo on my Instagram, but yeah, it died back quite a bit. So I actually had to move it. It was actually in my outdoor area. I had to move it back in to kind of keep an eye on it, and it's stabilized, but it lost a lot of leaves because of neglect. Anyway, here is my beautiful Florida ghost. And again, a testament to how little light I have here. The newest leaf came out just pretty much green, but I promise you this is a Florida ghost. Yeah, so I might have to move this out into the shade, just into the shade house outdoors, because that definitely gets a lot more light. This Birkin, however, also relatively fast grow. You can see this recent leaf is quite white. Yeah. But I suspect if I put it in the shade house outside, it would get almost completely white. Okay, I got an interesting Hoya over here. Supplier labeled it as Australis, and somebody told me it might be Rupicola. Not even sure. So it's probably like a subspecies of Hoya. I got it as a cutting. It's been taking a while to actually shoot. I'll show you. It was under grow lights for a while, so I moved it here because I think the window probably has more sunlight, and you can see 3 shoots coming out, which I'm very thankful for. So I'm not moving this anywhere. Actually, I might move it to the shade house outside so it gets more sun. It's a little bit, okay. Okay, here I have a Sansevieria. Not very sure of the species. It was just sold as a regular succulent. Very easy plant. Does shrivel up a bit when it gets underwatered, so you will probably never overwater it. Here I have a Selaginella. I believe this is Uncinata. It shifts blue. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's one of the most stunning plants. Can you tell? Very, very easy to care for. I feel like this position is perfect for it because it's like medium to bright shade. It's only gotten super dry on me once where it turned brown, but after watering, it just bounced back up. So now I only water this like once a week and it's very, very well draining medium. So far so good. I never had any problem with it. I tried propagating, honestly kind of neglected the propagation, but look at that. It's really beautiful. Okay, here are some cacti seedlings. I actually got this under Horti as a cactus mixed seed pack. And I've had them for a long time actually, but I just feel like they probably need more sun. But when I was starting them as seedlings, you know, I was afraid to dry them out too much. Recently, I've moved them here and they seem to be growing. I probably could move that like this in front over there and probably it will get more sun, but yeah. Okay, here is my very sad Cleopatra, Begonia Cleopatra, which I hauled last year. I mean, it's just not happy with me. But the Giornelli that I hauled in January is doing great, I think. Yeah. And then, see the flowers dropping all over. This is my very beautiful Ludicia Discolor. I also hauled this before. It's growing really large, as you can tell, and leggy. And there are actually two colors. This one is the white one, and this one is more, I guess, pink or orange. Yeah, and there are actually, I actually got it as 3 cuttings, so I got actually 1 shoot, and I think there is another one there. Can you see? Like right where my ring finger is? Yeah. So this is in top dressing as sphagnum, and I believe below is probably pine bark, sphagnum, and charcoal. Yeah, no problem. This is one of the easier jewel orchids for sure, by far. So yeah, I don't have confidence to trim them, so not yet. Yeah, I'll show you why later. All right, so here I have a giant pot of Marble Queen Pothos, super easy. Probably could move it outdoors where it gets more light, so it gets more variegation. This one, this is one of the easiest and fastest growing aeroids, nice aeroids. This is Monstera dubia. I got this from my boyfriend. Oh, fiance. Okay, yeah. Incredibly fast grower. I'll show you some cuttings I did, but yeah, I cut it recently, like maybe like 4 weeks back, and it's put out so many new leaves. Yeah, sorry for that. My gimbal is weird. Yeah, that's the Monstera dubia. Incredibly easy to propagate, incredibly easy to grow. So if you like it, you can take a chance on it. I have an interesting plant over here. This is a croton. You can see it's wilty, I just watered it. Yeah, I don't really know the exact species name. I think it's Appendicu something, but it's a croton. Over there, I have a couple cuttings of Squamiferum. And when I compare it to my fiance's leaves, because I gave him cuttings as well, his has grown like way bigger, and you can probably see them in his balcony tour. I don't know if it's going to be up by the time you see this, probably. But yeah, I just think that, yeah, the light here is just not super high. Here I have the Iron Cross begonia, which if you guys saw in my January haul, it's still putting out flowers. I did repot it in a very high draining mix, but so far so good. Let's see, got a giant Benigo here that I got from a plant swap. Been doing pretty well, but you can see it's also been stretching out a little bit. That's why I moved it from over there to here. I have this giant, not giant, it's not giant at all. It's only giant in relation to when I got it, which was just like 4 cuttings. I think only 3 of them or 2 of them survived, and they've grown pretty tall. But as you can see, I think they are developing some arrow roots that are clinging. Not too sure, but yeah, the leaves are getting marginally larger. So I feel like by now they should have gotten bigger. So again, I attribute that to sunlight, lack of light. Yeah. I did move them under grow lights for a period of time, and I think that caused some leaves to not come out flat. So since moving it here, it's been much better, if that makes sense. So yeah, and shout out to my friends and fussy pot for this cute pink pot over here. Okay, here I have more, I think it's Philodendron squamiferum, just like the other one. This one is quite a bushy cutting, if you will. It's just so many points of growth. But yeah, they're just chilling. Got some Syndapsis tribui, moonlight and dark form. A very big pot of verticillata cuttings that I got from my fiance. So weird calling him that. But yeah, I probably should do something with this. Hoyas, generally, I'll keep them outdoors, especially if they're bigger plants. Because yeah, sometimes the sunlight is just too intense and it can burn leaves. So if they're small cuttings, I wouldn't risk that. Okay, let's start from the bottom, shall we? This is a shelf that I got from IKEA. I would say it's pretty good. I mean, I like that in between shelves, there's quite a bit of height. So you have options, I guess. Okay, so below I've done some propagation of the notorious Pellionia repens dark form or black. Yeah, I just have a bunch of cuttings being established, and then I'll probably give away some and sell the rest. I have a giant pot of Enjoy. Yeah, this guy just grows and grows and grows. I don't really care for it in terms of like care or attention. It just grows. It's such an easy plant. So if you like it, get it. It's very affordable as well. Back there, I have this super interesting Caladium. You can see photos of it in high def on my Instagram. I cannot believe I'm panting, but anyway, yeah. Okay, the interesting thing about this plant, okay, I just hit my gimbal one and let me do that. Okay, interesting thing about this plant, which I find so incredibly weird, is literally every single day I have to top water it. Like just like that. I don't know why. If I miss a single day, it will start to drop leaves. I don't know if you can see that. See? Just one day. Just one day. I don't know if it's because like roots are bad. It's still in the nursery soil because I dare not. I dare not change anything because of how sensitive it is. It always throws out new leaves though. I mean, you can tell it's a very beautiful plant. Look at that veining. Like, it's almost like skin. Look at that. Sometimes I get like green spots, like green variegation, like reverse variegation. It's quite cute. And I get black stems. Actually, these are petioles, right? Yeah, so generally, like, this is weird, but I think there are 2 bulbs. I've never gotten shoots, but there are 2 bulbs. And I usually expect, if it's healthy, to have 13 leaves. I actually count them because I get nervous. And now they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's because I've been missing a few days of watering. It's such a sensitive Caladium. But very stunning. I've never seen it in retail since I bought it, and I think I've had it for over a year. Yeah, but yeah, this guy really needs water. This is a bulbophyllum. I'm sorry, I don't know the species. Wait, is it vaginatum? Like vaginatum? Probably. This is, I think, a native species. I don't know if it's doing well, to be frank. I might have to move it to the shade house outside. This is a Begonia burning bush. I got this as cuttings. I did get 3 cuttings, but 1 didn't make it. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep it in this spot where it's somewhat healthy. The bulbo does lose leaves, you see. Anyway, just throw it behind me. This is a Philodendron. Again, I can't remember the species name. It's a black orchid. I don't know if it's doing okay here. I might move it to the shade house as well. I think like orchids and Hoyas generally do enjoy a bit more light, but definitely can burn quite easily. Okay, I feel like I need a break, but do you guys need a break? Okay, so these are the sticky pads that I was talking about. It's incredibly sticky. Let me demonstrate. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. See how sticky that is? I don't think it attracts flies so much as just traps flies. Like once the flies land on it, they just... I'll show you some more later. This one hasn't been very successful. You can see a part of my Syngonium Wendlandii got stuck on it. Okay, I'll show you this guy. This guy really had problems with rotting when I first got it. But it stabilized, obviously a bit of neglect happening. But yeah, it's quite easily available plant. It should be affordable, so don't pay too much for it. Oops. Okay, here I have... I don't know, maybe I should go this way. Hang on, just kick the plant. This is my Peperomia Hope. I love peperomias. I do struggle a bit with them. It looks very scanty because this was the victim of intense sun last November, where it was on my balcony. And yeah, a lot of the original stems got burned. Now it's kind of chilling. It's okay now. So I'm just gonna salvage what I have. Got 2 new shoots coming out. Yeah, peperomias generally like pretty bright shade, I guess. And they're succulent, so don't overwater them. Yeah, I think this one is repotted. Okay, here is a weird setup, but if you ever want to do cuttings of Hoyas, like actual substantial cuttings, maybe this is a tip. You can actually put it in a hanging pot, which Hoyas usually come in anyway. I have a plastic recycled cup here with water, and then you can kind of twirl the stems around the hanging portions so that the cup doesn't keep falling over, if that makes sense, or like the cuttings don't keep falling over. So yeah, these have not really like plumped up yet, so they're not ready to be potted. The roots haven't come out. This is Pubicalyx, and I actually have Imbricata maxima here, which has rooted up, but I'm not going to mess with that. Okay, these are some established cuttings. I think this is Fuensis. I don't know really. It was no idea at the store. I think these are more Pubicalyx. Oh, sorry. This is Pubicalyx RHP, Royal Hawaiian Purple. Yeah. And then this is regular Pubicalyx. I think this one. Yeah. This is an asparagus fern, which is not a fern. It is related to the asparagus that we eat. I cannot remember the species name, but it's doing fine. I thought I would kill it, to be honest, but I think like these are new leaves. So I have them obviously nearest the window, so it's pretty bright shade in the morning. And I water like once to twice a week. Generally, my plants I water once a week, except that special case Caladium below. I have a cute little Haworthia here that I got as a Christmas gift from a friend. It's doing pretty okay. Haworthias, yeah. I don't know if you know, but they're one of the easier succulents to care for. They can tolerate lesser light and I guess a bit more water. But yeah, it's right here because I wanted it to grow faster. It didn't put out much growth. I've had it for a year and a half maybe, but you can see those growths. Here's a little, I think this is Jungle Boogie, Philodendron Jungle Boogie. I just repotted it. I hope it establishes. I just noticed that this Hoya angleriana cutting has a new shoot, which is wonderful. That's great. It's a propagation. This is a Phalaenopsis orchid. I have pictures of the mustard flowers, small mustard flowers, on my Instagram, so you can go check that out. This is also a Phalaenopsis, hieroglyphical green. Or yeah. So again, they are like up against the window because yeah, orchids like a bit more light, but not direct sunlight. Okay. Whew. Okay, as you can see, even though the height is wide, it also means that if you put small plants, yeah, there's a bit of a vertical wastage of real estate. If you're a plant collector, you will understand how important real estate is. I got 2 Hoya australis Lisa. This one, it has been putting out leaves. This one not so much, but they're fine. One way you can tell if a Hoya is doing okay is, you know, if the leaves are plump, when you water them, then the roots should be healthy. yeah, if you keep watering them and the leaves just keep wilting, then you might have root rot, dead roots, or root mealies. Yeah, so you want to pay attention. It's happened to me. Whew. Okay, some Peperomia, and this one I'll let you guys see a comparison with another one later. You can see these have round leaves. Let me show you one, the other side. This one has more pointed leaves, I guess. So I just thought it was interesting. Also, I was visiting a plant shop for the first time, so I just wanted to buy something small to support them. So I just thought this is interesting. Round leaf Peperomia. This is some sort of hair wall here, I think. Not very sure, but yeah, it didn't come with roots. Stuck it inside the media. I think if you watch one of my vlogs, I did show how I propagated this, or planted this rather, and it took to the media pretty soon, rooted, and these two are new leaves. This is a Hoya Canosa Crinkle 8. Hasn't really given much shoots yet, so I might have to repot and do something about it, or move it outdoors with more sun. It will encourage new growth. This is my sad remainder of Begonia by Pinnatifida. So I had a parent plant, which I also posted on Instagram. Very bushy plant. For the longest time, super easy to care for. And then I think there was a dry, hot spell earlier this year, and it killed my mother plant. I'll show you that later. And this is a lucky propagation that survived, because when I still had my mother plant and I had cuttings, I didn't treat them like gold. And now I only have one, so that's gold. This is Syndaxis argyrius. Also got this from a plant swap, so thank you. Very easy to propagate. I think I just cut and inserted them into the soil like maybe a week ago, and they look like they're established, so it's great. I have a generous also Hoya plant swap here, Hoya Bella. It came to me already potted up, and it took to this new environment pretty well. All these leaves are new growth. Got another Pellionia repens here, another uncommon one, I think. Not so common. This is Pellionia repens watermelon. Let me show you from the side. Here we go, here we go. There you go. The funny thing about this guy is the tips keep growing backwards. Do you see? Yeah, also pretty easy to propagate if not have... Oh wait, no. At the beginning I had rotting issues. Yep. But now, no. Yeah. Some plants just are supposed to be easy, but they come to me and then the cuttings just keep rotting, so it just is what it is. The black Pellionia repens, on the other hand, roots extremely fast, and I've never had like any lost cuttings when propagating. Okay, here I have Hoya retusa. I got this probably as a small cutting. I don't know if I have a photo, I might insert it here, but yeah. It's been chilling, I guess. Not super fast growth. But something like this, I'd imagine, doesn't hold a lot of water. So I might not be so keen to move it outdoors so fast. And I've seen chlorotic plants of this retusa in stores. So I don't think it can take that much sun either. Alright. Oh, thank you for staying with me. Okay, here we go. I have some bromeliads here, which, as you can tell, I've not really been watering enough, so I probably can revive them, hopefully. Yeah. I have this cute cylindrical cutting. Yeah. I almost threw it out, to be honest. I got it as a top cutting, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's finally grown. It's top dressed with sand, but yeah. It's in this cute terracotta pot from Daiso. Let's move some plants away. I have this so-called mother plant, Pellionia, which I've chopped back. I have a very nice photo, you know, in my opinion. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is my proudest photo because it got the most likes on Instagram, okay? Let's just be real about it. I have this Bipennifolium Violin Gold. I'm trying to pick them out with the tray. Yeah, you can see it's not really coming out perfectly. I'm not very sure what's going on. Probably too dry because I water this once a week. But yeah, I might have to stake this soon. But yeah, it's not doing very well. But this gets really nice shade to the leaves as well as color. You can tell it's a very nice lime green chartreuse. Yeah, you can check it out online if you're interested. I got it as a stem cutting, not even a leaf cutting. All right, wow, I'm probably gonna have to split this tour into 2 parts, taking forever. Okay, I got these as 2 seedlings. Let me see if I can pick it up. This is Anthurium vitarifolium. Yeah, some mottling on the leaves, not too sure what that is. But yeah, this plant is very beautiful. Let me show you guys the iridescence in the leaves. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, look at that. Let me see if there's a nicer leaf. Okay, okay. All the leaves are pointing the other way because of the sun. I don't know if you guys can see the iridescence. It's very, very pretty. Yeah. And the leaves are quite firm, I guess. And I think they get thicker as it grows larger. Leaves can get very long if you're familiar. Generally quite an easy plant to care for. I don't know what this is. Maybe sunburn? I'm not very sure. Okay, here I have Monstera bipinnatifida, and I got it as a single note, single leaf cutting, and it is also incredibly easy to grow as well as incredibly fast. Yeah, it is actually, the roots are actually growing into the cocoa pole. But the leaves are not really getting super big. So yeah, again, might be just a lighting situation. But yeah, it's really hard to turn it around with one hand though. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah. So yeah, this guy gets slits as they mature. You can look on Google. Okay, let's see. All right, so here we continue to this other section. This is where I keep my Anthurium warocquinum. Got a bit yellow, not sure why. This was the first leaf I got since shipment, and it's putting out 1 leaf at the moment. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it. But it's in 50-50 sphag and pine bark with a top dressing of sphagnum. I do put them under these purple lights. I got these secondhand, so yeah, I use them, put them pretty close like here, and it gets some light from the window as well in the morning. This is a melanochrysum that I got as a gift. Very generous gift, of course. I think I got it with 1 leaf, and 1, 2, 3 new leaves have come out, so that's doing okay. This is the mother plant of the bipinnatifida. I've just been watering it still, you know, hoping for the best, but I don't know if there was an issue with the medium because it's still in the nursery medium, so that might have been an issue. I got some more bromeliads over here, 1 over here. This is my baby crystallinum that I've had for the longest time, and it was in nursery soil, and then I repotted it into a well-draining mix, and it just didn't really take. And so I finally potted it in 50-50 sphag and bark, and I feel like it's doing well. The newest leaf is larger than the older leaves, so I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, I'm just, after like having the warocquinum, I kind of like replicated the care for this, and so far okay. Yeah, this Lutetia is so embarrassing. Let's not talk about it. It's been like that for like months. These are Anthurium vitarifolium, like the seedling that I showed you just now. The seedlings, I actually raised these from actual seeds. I harvested and raised them from seeds. So yeah, I'm just so glad to have that experience. But I feel like they're growing a lot slower than they could possibly be, possibly because of the light as well. But they're healthy, they're putting out new leaves. Can you see those baby leaves coming out? I have 4 of these seedlings. Yeah, there's baby leaves there. Yeah, they're pretty easy to germinate. I think I had 4 seeds and 100% success rate, so I think they are actually quite easy to raise from seed. Yeah, just a bit slow. Okay, here I have Hoya Finlaysonii. I bought this off of Carousel, and it's in a self-watering system. I think I want to move it to my regular Hoya medium because I don't think this is a long-term solution. But yeah, Finlaysonii, very nice. It has actually furry bottoms if you ever get to, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see those little furs? It's only ever put out 1 leaf for me, sadly. Okay, let's look at some of these plants before I shift you to the table. I have this Syngonium podophyllum variegated. The newest leaf has no variegation, or very slight variation, sadly. I actually just potted this. I cut the mother plant down, so that's that. Begonia maculata. I've had this for maybe a couple months. I don't know, I didn't change it out of the medium. It's been doing fine. New leaves are small. Honestly, I don't have much to say because I've just left it here and it hasn't really like given me problems. Is this my sad Ludicia? No, this is not Ludicia. Luzonensis, sorry. I did a propagation of this. You can go check out the video and what happened, and it's just, I mean, I get some new growth, some here and there, but I've tried another leaf cutting. I mean, it's just sad, okay? I'm so sorry I killed off the plant, but oh well. This is the croton that I showed you guys just now. Let me turn this guy. Yeah, the croton that I said was wilting is the same as this guy. You can see it better. Incredible. I mean, how does this even happen? Like, is it supposed to mimic a jongo or something? But yeah, this, I don't know if this is native to Singapore, but yeah. This is dimorphic, I think that's the name for it. It puts out these long leaves with none of the attachments. And then it also puts out these really strange alien leaves. You can see that there are new leaves coming out. This plant has been really fuss-free. Water it once a week, but if you see leaves starting to yellow randomly, then it probably needs more water. Otherwise, the light here is, I would say, medium shade at best. So yeah. Okay, let's do stuff on the floor. I've actually been quarantining this guy. He has a severe root mealy situation. You can see all the white specks. Anyway, it's gross. I've been quarantining him. I've moved in here just for the sake of the video. But the reason why I checked his roots were because it started to really wilt, as well as like, I don't know, just not like look lackluster. So if any of your plants just kind of like start to decline and you don't know why, it's probably time to check the roots. But nonetheless, relatively fast grower, definitely cannot take direct sun. This is Alocasia frydek, the only Alocasia that I absolutely adore because it's velvety, guys. I have a small propagation of Brazil. Kind of neglect this plant quite a bit. I put my Calathea here. They're okay, not growing very much, but I mentioned in my Instagram stories if I should change them to pine bark and sphac as well, because this Stromenti Magic Star that I've had for a while has really put on impressive root growth. Yeah, so I feel like maybe that might work for Calathea, but then Stromenti and Calathea are different, so I don't know. This is my severely neglected maiden hair fern. They're very thirsty buggers, but I think I can still revive it. Just continue watering it because the rhizomes are still alive. And then this is my crocodile fern. I put this here because I realized that it started to brown quite a bit when it was up against the window. So I think this guy, unlike the rabbit foot fern, might be able to tolerate less light. Yep. Okay, so did I mention this Orbifolia and Calathea ornata? I'm not quite sure, but this is Orbifolia. Okay, we're almost done. Alright, so this guy over here, I got this as a cutting, as a plant swap. Not really growing super fast. As you see, there's a shoot. This is Philodendron panduriform. Quite an unusual, uncommon aroid. Very cute. Yeah, but not really doing so well. Like, it's just... Anyway, here's a propagation of the croton. I'll show you the roots. It's a little succulent arrangement in my Snorlax 3D printed pot. I'm just trying to see if these succulents will survive in grow lights. Yeah, I actually have 2 sets of grow lights here. I would say they're like medium shade. I wouldn't say they're bright shade. And you can see how close I have to put them to the sun, to the plants, I mean. Alright, so this is Anthurium forgetii. This was the leaf that was coming out when I first got it, and since getting it, it's put out another leaf. What are those white spots? Oh, they're just reflections. Yeah, so this leaf should expand quite a bit. Like the waterquinum leaf came out pretty small and started to expand. Let me turn this guy. Here we go. This is Senecio macroglossus, or the wax ivy. Pretty easy to propagate, I would say. But yeah, you can use succulent mix. That is one of my Monstera dubia propagations. I actually don't know if it's okay, but I've had it for quite a while. Like I cut it quite a while back, so I think you just feel the stem. Yeah, stem is hard, so yeah, maybe probably needs more water. This is Epipremnum kenzoi. I hauled this before. Quite a hardy plant. Definitely needs more water. I'm not sure why it's not flourishing. Yeah, probably just needs more water. This is my larger jungle boogie. Philodendron. The Tetragonia, Peperomia. The Tradescantia I just propagated. It seems to have rooted already. I think I propagated this like less than a week ago. Super easy to propagate. Some more verticillata, some more fuensis. This is Stephania that I got gifted. And like, it does nothing for me, man. I put it near the window, did nothing. Put it under grow lights, barely. I don't know, it's supposed to be an extremely fast grower slash vining plant. Okay, here I got a nice one. Wow. What is this? Monstera. Yikes. Okay, I'll put the name on the screen. Also a nice plant swap. Has put out one leaf, another leaf coming out. It looks like more of those kind of like runner type plants, but I'm not sure. I've only had it for a while. And you can see the texture is pretty interesting. It's kind of matte, it's kind of iridescent, it's kind of sandpapery. It doesn't feel that way, but it looks like. Let me try and get you guys closer. Yeah. And it also has that kind of interesting veining. Okay, hang on. There we go. Yeah, okay. Okay, here I got another self-watering. This is Hoya Sarak. Yeah, and it's actually put out 2 big leaves under these grow lights, so this seems to be okay. Whereas my Philodendron just didn't put out much growth. Here I have Hoya Neo Ebudica. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I got it very small cutting off of Shopee actually, and it hasn't grown much. I think I'll move this outside. Yeah. This is an unknown cutting. If you guys know the ID, please share below. It's definitely rooted, but no shoots, so I might have to move it outdoors with more sun. This is Hoya Merrillii. Again, might have to move this out because I've only gotten 1 leaf under the grow lights. So this is an interesting Peperomia. I think I'll flash the name or the cultivar name again, but this is really pretty, has variegation, and the leaves are actually furry. Doesn't really grow much here. These are the new leaves, but yeah, they're in terracotta and succulent mix, and they definitely tell you when they need water. This is the same round tetragona that I have. I just split them into 2 pots for insurance. This is my very precious Begonia Breakdance that I killed and finally raised some plantlets from the leaf cutting. I do not dare to repot this. Like, this has taken a lot of time and it's been on audio. Let me take it out of the light so you can see. Yeah, it's pretty much a black with, I like to call, strawberry stems. Here I have Hoya Numularoides, a small cutting. It kind of stopped growing for a while, like a few months, and I recently put out some new leaves. Sometimes when plants don't grow, I move them around just to kind of trigger them to grow. This is wow, the name eludes me, or is that eludes me? Yeah, eludes me. I'll put the name on the screen. Yeah, I got this as a cutting. It should be established. See, when I tug it, it's fine. No new leaves, so might have to move that outdoors as well. This is an iron cross attempt at propagation, and I got a couple more to show you guys. Rotundiflora, I got 2 inside here. No new leaves, lots of roots, so I might have to pot this up and move this outdoors. And finally, I have another Peperomia maculosa, I think. Very little growth, but this is very precious because I shipped this in. There's only been one new leaf since I got it. Yeah. So that is it, guys. Thank you for sticking all the way, all 42 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this tour. And please stay tuned because I'll be doing an outdoor tour as well. Probably after this one. We'll see. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the grossness. Look at that. Oh. Okay, bye guys.